Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And tonight we're gonna do a weekly, which is for the week 12th to 18th of August. And it's kind of confusing, that thing, at least for me. I mean, well, that's just trivia, you know, but in Europe we are putting the date first and then the month. And I'm always confusing that when I'm doing the thumbnail. That's for you, my American friends, you're putting the month first and then the date. Anyway, 12th to 18th of August, 2023, and I drew the cards a few hours ago, and kind of like it was, and I will tell you why. Now, if you do want to examine them on your own, you can do that observing the thumbnail, because this is where I put the cards always for the collective reading. Other than that, I'm going to show them to you in any case, and the first one that we do have, that's going to be the King of Swords. The second card I drew is the Eight of Swords. And the third one, that will be the Four of Pentacles. And it's meh. It's because, okay, so that's what we have on our hands. Now, throughout the week, there will be a solid, I can't even say a breakthrough. It's more of a walkthrough. Okay, so a solid walkthrough. What I mean is that there will be if you want to call it a recipe for success, or more like a recipe how to get out of certain trouble, sort of a predicament, sort of a problem, if you will, a plight. And the problem with all that is going to be that the walkthrough itself isn't going to be something that we would be very, very excited to do. And one of the reasons being for that is that it will be in a direct conflict with some of our standards and with some of our criteria. Or in other words, the resolution that is going to solve the problem, so to speak, isn't a resolution we would rather take. Nonetheless, it will help us go through difficulties with no questions asked. What I mean is that there will be no question that, you know, there is going to be a positive end, so to speak. And with that Four of Pentacles next to the King of Swords, it means that it's gonna take a lot from us. It may also predispose for rather some risky moves that we are gonna have to take, or some risky choices that we're gonna have to make. What I mean here is that for some reason that solution is or resolution, so to speak, is going to make a certainty of into a so to speak uncertainty. Okay, so we do have a certain career, we have a problem into our relationship. In order to solve it, we will have to make our career uncertain. So it's kind of like I said, meh. And so it does depend what kind of a difficulty we're going to stand against. But again, at the end of the day, it is our choice whether we're going to take that resolution or not. So depending on personal priorities, for you, for some of you, the priority could be that this matter needs to be resolved no matter what. For others, it's going to be, well, I would rather, you know, keep what I have, so to speak. And again, it will vary. It is my point. But either way, I do believe that all of us are going to be one step ahead after the week, no matter what we choose. So that is the collective. And now a few notes about the show before I do move forward. There are going to be 12 readings, just like this one, guys. One for each star sign, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning I'm going to start with Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces. But bear in mind that these are going to be readings for your star sign, meaning that this information is going to affect you to a certain extent, but very seldom it's going to happen to be a direct answer to whatever questions or predicaments you are finding yourself into. And if you do wish to have a personalized reading, meaning your personal matter to be a subject of my tarot interpretation, you can go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Now, other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support us by leaving a like, engaging with the video, and subscribing for the channel. This helps a lot with the YouTube metrics and also the algorithm. And other way to support us is using a super chat or PayPal. And anyone who support the stream financially, you guys are gonna have a reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much guaranteed, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Mwah. Thank you, Yasmin. And as well, Taco, my man, thank you for the $55.55. Mwah. Thank you, Taco. Let me put you guys into the list. And like I said, at the end of the stream, you're gonna have your readings. All right, so the first star sign we're going to have on our hands, that's going to be Aries. You can track which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph which being displayed here. And let me shuffle the cards and see what we have for you, Aries. What kind of a week you are going to, you are having yourself set up for. So first one, that's going to be, it is the Knight of Swords. It's a bit confusing, the Knight and the Page, it's quite similar in this deck. So Knight of Wands, then it is the Magician. And then the third one, that's going to be the King of Cups. It's a breakthrough for you, Aries. That's so this is how it goes. I mean, it's kind of like a hope that you are going to get help. Okay, it's kind of a hope that the helping hand is going to be laid on you, and through that helping hand, you will be able to make out of something. Okay, you may be able to find a job through a friend. You may be able to renovate your house through the help of your neighbor, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like an expectations of a help, and throughout the week, you ain't going to need it anymore because you're going to find the resources needed by yourself. Okay, either you're going to stand for yourself, speak for yourself, do for yourself, but either way, you will find your own personal option available to make a breakthrough in whichever field you are finding currently you are hoping to receive certain help. Okay, so long story short here, this is my personal take on these cards. It is that that's going to be exactly a week that you guys are going to find how strong you truly are, and you are going to be amazed and surprised by the result. All right, so that was Aries. Now moving next, Taurus. What is with you and the gators, man? I mean, you love alligators? I don't know, I would feel terrified, you know. And I was wondering, well, I know what the difference is, but still, crocodiles and alligators, yeah, they look very similar to me. Ace of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Okay, well, that's kind of lucky. Now for you, Taurus, there is going to be an amazing and very rare, in fact, quite rare chance to climb the ladder, so to speak, to kind of like to make a step upwards into the hierarchy, like being assigned for a project manager without having the qualification, like being presented in some kind of a circle without being fit to it, and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like you alone are going to be super surprised that actually you were the one chosen for that particular position, or that that particular woman or a guy chose to go out with you because you see yourself, you know, not being fit for that kind of a an individual, and you're gonna wonder, you know, if that's, you know, the case. What is this guy seeing in me, or what is the woman seeing in me, and so on and so forth, and you don't want to know. All right, this is the condition here. You do not ask any questions. Okay, you do not ask any questions why you are going to be hired, why this person want to go out with you or want to spend time with you or want to give you a present, and so on and so forth. You just take it for what it is and enjoy it, because it's going to bring you a lot of content, happiness, exhilaration, glee. All right, so that is for you, Taurus. It's a quite of an unexpected good fortune that will allow you, one more time to say, climb the ladder. All right, next, Gemini. Yalabi, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yalabi. Let me put you into the list. Okay, so current energies. Let me put your inquiry here. All right. Okay, Gemini. Taco, big one for me. Taco says, Taco, you're actually, I will do you one better, man. I'm going to give you 2, right? I'm just going to give you 2. Hopefully 2 big ones. 3 of Pentacles. The Lovers. The Hangman. I mean, the 3 of Pentacles and the Hangman, pretty easy interpretation. The Lovers with the 3 of Pentacles, though. One take on it. Well, the 3 of Pentacles with the Hangman is, and it takes more than one person, so there is definitely someone else involved or an entity involved. That is no different than, for example, an entity like, I don't know, like a clinic offering, saying you that you are gonna have the job, you know, but first we need to wait for that person to retire so it can open up the place, right? So the spot can be vacated, and no questions about it, you are going to be the next one taking it. And the Lovers here is the how can I put it into words? It is the lack of harmony that you gotta that you have to wait about it. All right, so that kind of like feeling that you are in limbo, and you know that you're gonna have future, but you don't have it now, and because you don't have it now and you know that you're gonna have it later, you ain't striving for another future. And it's kind of like leave a feeling that you ain't doing anything, while actually you're waiting for your time to come, because according to these cards, 3 of Pentacles with the Hangman, that is when your time is pretty much nigh, and through it you will recognize when it is kind of like closing up the gap, when you start actually talking about a mutual support, mutual cooperation, okay, and in generally how you are going to move forward together. And then when these talks starts happening, then the perspective of not doing anything about your life right now is going to start changing, and you will see a different world. But for now, within this week, it's just a promise. Okay, it's just a promise, whether you're promising it to yourself, whether someone promises you something, like I said, a job to be vacated and you are gonna take it, or a promise for, I don't know, a mutual future, and so on and so forth. And according to these cards, well, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I will tell you that the promise is real, at least according to these cards. Okay. So next, that will be Cancer. Or I just forgot the term, but shall I say you Gemini are going to be teased, though the teaser, it's going to be real. It's ain't a scam. Nine of Swords. Nine of Cups. The Chariot. It's a week that in the material realm, okay, your job, your money, your friendships, and so on and so forth, things are gonna go really, really well. In fact, things ain't gonna change much at all, other than upwards slightly. Okay, so in reality, there will be nothing for you to worry about, but just because some aspects haven't concluded, for example, you filed for something, you filed for a permission, or you filed for, I don't know, some kind of a tax obligation, or you filed something with the authority and you haven't heard back from them again, and you start worrying what's going to be the answer. Okay, and so you are going to start worrying for those kind of things that you can't do anything about, and that may pollute actually your world. So it's gonna be best if you kind of like stand against that fear, or stand up to that fear, and just accept that it's out of your hands. And in reality, there is nothing for you to be worried about, because you haven't done anything wrong at the end of the day. And by the way, this could be a fear that's you may be left alone, in a sense of that if you are in a partnership, or even if within your relationship. And again, that is just because you are not seeing things you are expecting, not because that is actually something which is cooking on the horizon. So don't panic. All right, next, Leo. Three of Cups. Oh my God, the devil. Seven of Wands. Well, I'm not surprised with the Seven of Wands. Actually, I would have been surprised if you didn't have any card like that, like Seven of Wands, Five of Wands. Well, Five of Swords would have been far better than that. Nancy, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Nancy. Unfortunately, Nancy, I cannot 100% answer that question, because that is up to Dr. Vincent's choice. And as you know, Tarot cannot make choice for you. The best I can do is to tell you what is his intentions, okay? Whether he intends to do it or not. But even if he intends to do it, that doesn't mean that he's going to do it, okay? So if you do want to change your question, if you want to change your inquiry, be my guest. Just let me know if you wish me to proceed with my version of your inquiry. Let me put you into the list. All right, so like I said, not surprised that we are seeing here a Seven of Wands with those three cards. It is because, guys, on two venues, okay, either you will have an amazing first results, and that will be in case you have started something recently, whether that was a business you started recently, whether it was a book you are retailing from recently, whether it is a home you purchased recently, that is anything you have engaged with recently, and these are going to be, well, amazing. It is kind of like a mild word to say. That's going to be results that are going to blow the mind of everyone, that includes you. And in fact, people that are truly yours, in the sense of the people that truly loves you, they're going to be super happy for you, right? Super happy for you. They may not be able to kind of like fathom why you are going that direction, but they will kind of like share your happiness about these results. The second venue, it's a person, okay? A person that you are just gonna click in, right? Click in, and you are gonna see things the same way. You are gonna see a relationship the same way. So what kind of relationship you always wanted is gonna be the kind of relationship that that person always wanted. Or could be also a business partner, right? So either of the two venues. And the Seven of Wands here is a jealousy, or in other words, there are going to be people. This isn't just only about one person. There are going to be people outside of that bubble, so to speak. So we're talking about a exterior influence that are going to want what you have. Okay, and you need to kind of like have that readiness to jump into action and deflect blows. So, you know, other than that, in terms of either results or a companionship, you're going to have everything you have ever wanted this week. All right, next, Virgo. Seven of Swords. Four of Pentacles. The Strength. It's a release for Virgo. It's a release in the sense of that, how can I put it into words? Imagine there is something you really want to do, but either because you don't want to overspend, or either because you don't want to kind of like make other people uncomfortable, you're holding yourself for now. I'm saying for now, because the week that it is coming, it's the release. You will hold yourself no longer, because according to these cards, the passion and the personal conviction is the best word I can use here, that at the end of the day, if you don't do something for your own happiness, if you don't do something for yourself, no one else is going to. And this is going to be a very strong conviction. And as a result, you will no longer going to feel the need to explain yourself, to ask for permission, right? Or in generally to justify the actions that you find best for your well-being, for yourself, and for your future as well. So you, Virgo, that's going to be the week that there is going to be a trigger, which is going to trigger you to make a solid stand, show a strong backbone, demand what you think you have been owed from people around you, from the universe, if you will. And as a result of that, you will make a very big target. You're going to aim super high, and this target, it's possible. All right, Pisces Moonbeam, thank you for your donation. All right, next, Libra. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. Temperance, first one. Followed by the Nine of Swords. Ooh. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. That's good. It's self-preservation, for a lack of better understanding, or for the lack of better expression here. So what happens it is that there is going to be something as a circumstances which is going to give you a hint or a foreshadowing what consequences one action or another is going to bear for you personally, right? And so based on this foreshadowing or forewarning, if you will, it does look like that you are going to make all of the right moves and all of the right decisions in order to get the best consequences for yourself, for your children, for your job, for everything in general, without actually having to overspend or without going into some, you know, extreme kind of like mode, so to speak. And thus, you will, I don't know how to put it into words. In my country, we do have a parable, a fable even, which states that, you know, one can go in between the drops without getting themselves wet. So that's exactly what you're gonna do, right? You will just gonna slide in between the drops of consequences without having yourself getting wet whatsoever. If someone can tell me something similar that it is in English, I will be grateful, because I want to use that all the time over. But just I don't know the English equivalent to that. When, you know, the situation is super dire, but somehow you are able to get yourself clean out of it without having to kind of like put a lot of efforts. All right, moving next, Scorpio. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam, whomever Scott is. All right, let's see what we have. Well, we do have Five of Cups, Queen of Swords, and King of Cups. That's a quite difficult interpretation. And it's difficult because it bears a lot from the past. There are some decisions that had been made in the past, and based on those decisions, there will be something exclusive this week. And under exclusive, I mean that it will be meant only for us. That may be, you know, some kind of an exclusive business offer. That could be some kind of an exclusive sharing, right? That could be an exclusive emotional flow. There is going to be something exclusive for us throughout the week. I can't say what though. I have to check with Lenormand for every single Scorpio in order to know, because it's going to be on an event, something, you know. And based on that exclusivity, is going to do two things, okay? One of the thing is that it's going to make us feel very good, in a sense of that, because these choices that we made, we live to regret them by that point. Whether that's a choice to give a second chance, whether that's a choice to fall in love, although I don't know how this is a choice, but still, whether that's a choice, you know, to move and so on and so forth, and you end up in a, we end up in a situation that was less favorable than before we made our choice. But it's kind of like a butterfly effect, you know, that choice triggered the chain of events that now are going to start paying off throughout this week, and we're going to get something exclusive out of it, which is going to make our approach to life way more milder. You know, that is no different than being wounded beast. And, you know, the wounded beast is always kind of like aggressive. And this is going to be the healing of that wound, where the beast no longer needs to be aggressive toward life. And that will bring a lot more joy for us, and a lot more. Joy isn't really the right word. It's more like a positive thinking and looking forward for the future, because now we're going to see a good future as well. So it will be super beneficial for us, Scorpio, but I can't say what exactly as an event, because it's going to be very specific for every single one of us. Sophia, thank you for the 10 Canadian. Thank you, Sophia. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading for the week. And you're welcome. It's a pleasure. All right, next, Sagittarius. Knight of Swords. Seven of Swords. Oh my God, the lovers. Jesus. For Sagittarius. My moon is in Sagittarius, by the way. So that's how I'm going to feel. And, oh, let's put it that way, guys. That's going to be your lucky week, okay, for Sagittarius, because whatever the option is going to be the best option for you. And what I mean the best option for you, I mean that's going to be the option you hope for, you're most attuned about. Let me look at the cards again. Is going to serve you the best in a sense of your personal agenda. And on top of all, just to top it off, all right, just to top it off, is going to bring everything you deserve. I mean, everything you really deserve in plus, not in minus, but in plus, okay? Because you may deserve to be spanked on your bottom, but that's not what's gonna happen, right? But if you do deserve respect, it is respect what you'll get, what you're gonna get. If you do deserve a raise, now a raise, it is what you're gonna get, okay? So it's just things are gonna turn so much in your favor that you wouldn't believe it. The only thing that it is left for you to do is just to say yes on that particular option available. You just gotta give it a go, right? Just gotta give a green light, so to speak, to that particular option available. And the reason for all that, or why this is all gonna happen, it is because of your keen and sharp mind that you're gonna put into work throughout this week. So yeah, it could be through a scheme, but it's all well when it ends well, right? All right, next, Capricorn. Death. The Hermit. Six of Swords. Well, this is the thing, right? So there is a somewhere with according to these cards, right? Somewhere in your life, there is a situation that it's not in your favor, and that is kind of like an understatement. What I mean that it is not that it is not in your favor is that the other party is dictating the rules, whether that's your boss, whether that is I don't know, your wife or a husband, whether that's your lover, whether it is a friend of yours. I mean, someone has you by the balls. There is no other way to say it. Or what those cards literally are saying, it is that you are following someone else's idea for how things should go forward. But this ends now, all right? This ends within this week, 12th to 18th of August, because you will find your own path. You're going to find your own way. Now, that way could be without this entity, so to speak. It could be without your boss, meaning that you maybe change job. It could be without your wife or a husband, which means that, you know, it's separation, or without your lover or without your friend. It could be with them though, right? This isn't stated specifically within this reading. What the reading says is that you're going to find your own path. And those who are going to follow you there, or who are going to follow you through that, along that particular path, are the people that are going to truly love you. So consequently, what's going to happen is that you will realize who your true social circle actually is. And believe it or not, there are not going to be many to applaud you taking down that path, which is going to be is going to lead to a destination that will be super substantial and essential for you. And how you're gonna get there, I mean, how you're gonna come up with that path, well, through your intelligence and wisdom. There isn't anything about emotions and feelings here. One day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna say, this isn't working for me at all. And even it's not about a work, it's more of a dead weight. I mean, instead of contributing, it's obstructing you. Whether, you know, the idea of your boss or of your lover and so on and so forth. And screw that. So you're going to take matters in your own hands. And that Six of Swords is actually in a very favorable position here, because it says that you're not going to do it any drastically. You're not going to sever ties right away in a way that you can't kind of like repair them later. So it will be quite of a mild approach. Now, knowing a Capricorn, it's kind of like surprising, but hopefully, you know, that is exactly what you are going to do. And your life will start working in your favor again. All right, next. That will be, hold on a second, Aquarius. Three of Wands. Oh my God, Five of Wands. Ooh. Justice. Wow. Justice, yeah, you know, guys, if you open up a book, justice, the first thing that you're gonna read about justice is that justice serves everyone what they deserve. But that is a very seldom how this card manifests, because this is its ultimate manifestation, right? Usually justice manifests like giving you a lot of responsibilities to judge you whether you deserve something or not. And it's a harbinger of a very, very busy time that you're going to have, a time that you will have to make a lot of decisions about your priorities and how you're going to tackle one thing or another, and so on and so forth. But here for Aquarius, now justice comes to give us, and I'm saying us because I'm rising Aquarius, exactly what we deserve. And it does look like from the other two cards that we deserve a lot, in a good way. So what happens here is that most likely there will be a window of opportunity to just challenge for more. And I'm talking about challenging ourselves. A window of opportunity to expand your business, to start selling another product alongside the products that you are selling right now. A window of opportunity to attract more clients alongside the clients that you are running right now. An opportunity to expand your home, to expand your family. This isn't an opportunity for an expansion. And that opportunity is going to appear through a super random circumstances, all right? So you wouldn't believe your luck when that actually happens. And the reason for it is actually that you have worked for it, all right? We have worked for it, and we are ready for it, and we are ready to lift or to expand the bar of our expectations and as well our acquisitions. Now, in a less likely way how these cards can manifest, it is a actual reversal on a situation that is going very bad for you. Say you are fighting in court and you deserve to win because you haven't done anything wrong, or you have been wrong but things aren't going your way right now. Well, that's going to be the week where there is going to be a reversal, and through that window of opportunity you can actually turn things severely in your favor. And I'm talking about even beyond your personal expectations. So for Aquarius, this is going to be a week of explosion. That's going to be a skyrocketing for us. And last but not least, that's going to be Pisces. The Magician, the Devil, Eye of Pentacles. Well, there has to be some star sign that needs to work for others. And it does look like this week that's going to be you. Because according to these cards, this is going to be the week where you're going to do what you must rather than what you would really want. Because what you must do... Good night, Sophia. Thank you so much for your 10 Canadian. Thank you again. So what you must do in your job or in your relationship or so on and so forth will contradict or is going to stand directly against, it's going to be in an opposition of what you will want to do. For example, okay, a colleague screws up significantly, and if you don't do something about it, this person is done, right? But with it, the project is done, and you have a grudge toward that individual. High grievances are there. So what you will want to do is to let them burn, right? But what you have to do is actually save the day, because the project goes down with them as well. And so there is that contradiction. And in fact, according to these cards, that's going to be you're going to be the only person who can do what needs to be done. Maybe another version is that maybe your boss treats you like shit, and it comes a point where you will have to save the day, and you don't want to. Okay, you want to let a whole thing to burn, But with that, you're actually gonna burn your name as well. So what you have to do is, again, save the day. So that's gonna be the situations you're gonna find yourself into, and the whole process is gonna be quite rapid, maybe is the word that I should use. What I mean is that it will be a crunch that you will have to work under, or that you will have to perform under. And another thing it is that this is going to be a week where you will be actually pushed to say things that you would rather not want to say, but those things are going to be true. Okay? So someone is truly going to ask for it, so to speak. And you will be the server this time around. All right, so that was for the 12th. And now we are going for the super chat. Now, first one, but let me have a couple of minutes to just, collect my thoughts. How a few inhales, a sip of coffee. Cheers, by the way. All right, Yasmin. Yeah, all right. So these are your cards. Okay. These are your cards. Now listen very carefully. Okay. Listen very carefully. You are going to be approached this week by a person that you trust. Now, most likely, someone you're working with. Okay. This is 90% likelihood to happen at work. And that person will present you with an option available. Which option is going to be another way how you can do your job, which way is gonna skip things about. Okay, is gonna skip some steps, some approvals, some signatures, and this skip is a certain way for you to burn down, to just go down in flame. And this is the solo intention of that individual. So either way, you are going to end up placing your trust in someone that just doesn't deserve, but you can prevent the ruin by just, doing your job as meticulously as you can do. Or if it is not within your job, say within your social circle, say, God forbid, within your relationship or within your family, just keep things simple, right? If someone approaches you with a very complicated plan, kind of like it depends on a lot of variables, I just don't go for it, okay? Because the whole thing is going to be blown out of the water and you will fail, right? Straight away, you are going to fail. So just stick to what you know to be true and keep on going for it. Doesn't matter who are going to get mad because of the fact that you don't want to risk anything. Okay, so that's the most important thing for you throughout this week. Don't get yourself ensnared. Don't get yourself hamstringed. Don't get yourself screwed over. All right, next, Taco. If I draw present again, I swear, Taco. No, it's not a present. Those are cards. All right. And it's about traveling, Taco, or inheritance. Now, the ship stands for either traveling, adventure, or inheritance. And these cards, the Lenormand, the event is that the matters around a traveling or around inheritance are going to speed up significantly. Whatever stall you are facing by now, it's going to be gone. So let's see what's going to come out of it through the tarot. And I know that you are running both of those things, so it could be for both. Hopefully it's going to be for both. Yeah. Those are cards here. So you will ensure either of those things. Okay, that may be the week that you set your dates, make your booking, and get your visa about that traveling that you are planning, or it could be the week, you know, where you actually put your signature under the will that you are expecting, and pretty much the deal is going to be sealed, unless you open your mouth, right? Unless you open your mouth and you try to show how big of a deal you are. Okay, it's just gonna kind of like put a second thought from the other entity, like the embassy, or like, you know, your family members, and so on and so forth. So you just nod and agree, and things are gonna be fine for you. It's just whatever blockages gonna be lifted. Go for broke? What do you mean? You want to lose money? Well, now that you mention it, it is money that we do have on the horizon. Okay, these are the cards. Yeah, it's money are coming your way, either from a business that you are running, or from an institution, like a government institution, you know, like, I don't know, like some kind of a NGO, I think, yeah, NGO, and so on and so forth. But money are coming your way. Or there is another way to look at it, and I don't know if you have spent money for a treatment, okay? Like you purchased a very expensive treatment, or you are about to purchase a very expensive treatment. And if so, according to these cards, these money are going to be well spent. But let's see what the tarot shows about it. Well, I think that anyone can, Taco. Anyone can get themselves broke, man. I mean, money are earning money is kind of hard, but spending money, well, that is, I mean, Those are cards. And I think that this is going to be a continuous paycheck, right? This isn't going to be one-time cash in, but rather like on portions, like a salary, something like this, that you're going to start receiving, or you are going to end up signing for to receive from this week moving forward in a certain portions, right? So that's what we have. Or pay as well, but if it is to pay, then the money are gonna worth you a while. They will return worth tenfold. And again, that is if you are planning to spend for some kind of a treatment. All right, next, Yarabi, which wants to know the energies with the one that she's dating currently. All right. Thank you, Taco. I would appreciate if you keep me posted, especially for that one with the money. Holy. All right, Yarabi, those are cards that we have. Well, the energies are pretty... I hate that word, but I'm going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it because people take it in the wrong way. Pretty set in stones, all right? So I'm going to tell it that way. What I mean here, Yarabi, is that you won't be able to... kind of put it into words, get rid of yourself or get rid of each other until, okay, you end up living through something you are meant to live up through. All right, so you are meant to meet either that guy or that such kind of a guy like the one that you are dating right now, because there is something you have to go through, and that could be, you know, go through creating a happy family, right? Karmic, all right? So if you want to say it karmic, but people take karmic as a very bad thing. Karmic means that you are you have set something into motion, right? Through your birth, and now you are going through it, right? So basically, or this is how I am taking the word karmic in any way. So yeah, I mean, you are meant to go through something with either that guy or that type of a guy, and either way it is that guy, because if it is that type of a guy, you already met that type of a guy, and you won't be able to get rid of each other up until, you know, you go through whatever you're meant to go through. The only issue that I can see here, Yalabi, is that currently you and him are not 100% into each other, in a sense of that there are things which which accept, it's kind of a strong word, but I'm going to use it anyway, you cannot accept in one another, right? So something in either in the character, or something either in the presence, and so on and so forth, and that's going to be a kind of like a torrent for a while. But well, I would say that way you don't have much of a choice, either of you, right? So there is a, take it away, there is a lesson that you need to learn with that guy, and until you learn it, you won't be able to get rid of each other. The energies are good for going forward with the relationship. There is a lot of emotional potential in between you two. And last but not least, we do have Nancy here. Nancy wants to know whether Dr. Vincent has an intention to ask her out for a date. Well, yeah, maybe they ain't no fun. This is a serious shit you're into, okay? It's just a serious thing. Those are the cards. I think he does. He does have those intentions. Nancy. He does have those intentions. The problem is that strength card with the Nine of Pentacles. That is when one looks for signs for justification. One looks for signs for reassurance. One looks for signs for approval, so to speak. What I mean is that this doctor kind of feels that he needs to be certain that you are into him. Not exactly certain, but kind of like have some certain hints that you are into him before he goes for it. Because with that Two of Cups, while Two of Cups, it's really good love card. It kind of works both ways. What I mean is that if he shows interest, he expects you to show interest as well, right? Or the situation expects you to show interest as well. But other than that, as an intention, he thinks that that's going to be something, or he has an intentions to do it because otherwise he's going to regret not kind of like giving it a shot. I will put it that way. Now, whether he's going to ask you out or not, that's entirely up to you. Not up to you, but up to him. Well, and up to you to a certain extent, but there is a very big chance for him to do so. And with that strength to the Nine of Pentacles, it could be kind of like swiped under the rug, you know, in a circumstance. Kind of like he will try to make it look casual, like it's not a big deal, like it's just a coffee and whatnot. Going out for a coffee or going out for a walk and or whatnot, but it won't be casual. At least not for him. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity as well. Thank you. And we are gonna see each other next time, which happens to be Thursday. Oh, oh my god. Well, you should start staring at him as well. Well, this is what I'm talking about here, Nancy. I mean, he's staring at you. You should start staring at him as well. Or just do something to show that you are seeing his stare and you know, you are reciprocating. That is how the Two of Cups actually work. Because let me show you. Let me find it here. Oh my god, it's in the middle of my deck. Let me show you here. All right, we do have Two of Cups, and people say, yay, you are gonna fall in love and things are gonna go great, but only if you reach in the middle, or rather like if you meet each other in the middle, just like these two people were doing. All right, so if you expect him to do all the time the approach and the initiation and whatnot, this ain't happening. All right, I mean, he stares you, you gotta do something about it to meet him in the middle. All right, so yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, for your generosity, guys. And Taco, keep me posted, and we're gonna see each other next time, which happens to be Thursday, 8 p.m. EST. And until then, bye.